Ain't you slick? Hello, Americans. And other friends, subscribers around the world.
Back again, man.
Today, it's going to be a little different video. We're going to talk about diabetes, being a diabetic, alternative things. Whoa. What are you smirking about?
I'm listening. I want to know what you've learned.
Are you getting an education?
I want to know what you've learned in the last 2 years.
Leg on you.
No.
What? No. What? I used to think she liked me. So,
what have you learned in the last 2 years?
What have I learned? When is the date that I had
March 5th.
March 5th. It'll be 2 years, March 5th. Well, I've learned. You know, it's funny because I thought that I was, what are you
I'm listening. Thinking? He thought he was eating healthy.
Well, I thought that too, but I thought that you know, because you'd always talk about your body and being in touch with your body. Or
in tune.
In tune with your body. Mm-hmm. And I thought I was. You know, man, she'd talk like that, and I'd be, oh, yeah, I kind of get that. And I'll tell you what. Then, compared to now, man, I wasn't in tune at all. Man, no. Nothing. No. And now, you know, after getting diagnosed with diabetes and all that, type 2, now, man, I can read.
Now he understands.
Yeah, I feel the difference, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, all that. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really.
One joke that we always had is, are you hangry? You know, hungry, angry, hangry. And that definitely was.
And that goes for you, even if you ain't diabetic.
Right.
And I'll tell you what.
You're just making your sugars spike and drop and spike and drop.
You're, the poison that they're feeding you. Mm-hmm. But the way you eat is so important. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is, you know,
not just what you eat, but how.
Yeah, and how much you eat. Mm-hmm. You know, which I wasn't. You know, I'm not overweight or anything like that. Right. And really, you know, other than my sugar intakes, I loved, not so much. Well, I still love it. I just can't have it. The candy, you know, I've always been a hard candy. Yeah, and right before. Because if you don't know, man, I'll give you a brief thing. If you don't know, 2 years ago, March, whatever. Is it March? Is that what you said? Yes. 2 years ago, I had a stroke. And the stroke was caused by diabetes, by, the
effects of
diabetes mm-hmm. and stuff, because I didn't know I had diabetes. Yeah. I would have never dreamed that I had diabetes. Mm-hmm. And about... what was it, a few days before that's when I ate that
candy.
I got this bag of candy, man. It was the old school like grandma used to have.
Ribbons, the hard candy and ribbons.
Yeah, and it was there. Then I bought a whole case of it, and still got it. But it was that hard candy like grandma used to put, with those ribbons and all that stuff. Or in there watching a movie, and I ate the whole damn bag. Man, like 2 days before, and we think, I don't know, man. Anything that I say on here, see your doctor, consult a doctor or physician before you. Don't listen to this hillbilly. You can listen, but don't. You make sure, just like with mushrooms, man.
Well, and he always felt like the amount of sugar that he ate was okay because it didn't make him gain weight.
Right, yeah, because that's what I was getting at, that I'm not overweight and I eat candy. But like 2 days before that, I'd eat that candy, and and on top of that and diet and everything like that, on top of that, my mother had died and frickin' we were getting ready for a lawsuit and all this kind of crap, which all went to the wayside. Man, when your health gets involved, nothing really matters, man. Money.
If you look at all of the contributing factors to a stroke, he had all of them.
Oh yeah,
high
plus
blood pressure, high cholesterol, like not just high, but on the high end of the high scale on both cholesterol and blood pressure. So he was not living right.
Yeah, not only that, then as far as you want to call it mental health or whatever, was not just the mother dying and the lawsuit and the freaking it was politics, man. Dude, I was doing videos, and a longtime friend and viewer, hi Linda, Linda McConnell, man, here's a viewer that's been watching me since, for 12 years or whatever, and she, she's going through her own stuff, and she proceeded to tell me that she was going to cut. I can't watch you no more if you're going to.
It's not good for my health.
Not good for my health. I love you, but I can't. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? And I started, reeling them back in. And Miss Kitty was always telling me, man, you're too. You can't let all that stuff get to you. Anyway, that's not really exactly what this video was going to be about.
So under doctor supervision, in the last 2 years, he has gotten his numbers all under control.
Yep, they like to tell me I'm a, what do they always say? You're a superstar. Because,
so he did everything they asked him to do.
Yeah, when it happened, man, what they said, man, I did it. Diet, man, for watching your numbers, all that. And then I had that, if you ever look back on the things, I had that monitor thing that you stuck on your arm or whatever. Dude, that was costing us $300 and something a month.
Yeah.
If it's a 2-week monitor, man, handy and heck, man, you can wand it anytime you want and see what your numbers are and stuff. But at $300 and something a month after a year,
right,
which was great because that helped me get
to understand what one handful of potato chips would do, or one handful of saltine crackers, because he loves saltine crackers. He would just eat them by the handfuls.
Or by the package.
And that would show him what that was doing to
that
him.
kind of crap.
And I'd be like, go ahead, if you need a snack and that's what you want, eat it. But come dinner time, I'm not putting any carbs on your plate.
Right. So that's, she was pretty gnarly at first, too. She's going to keep me healthy one way or another.
Yeah.
But now, we're going to get into this, man. So the first year, I'd say, man, I just did what they said, took what they said. It scared the crap out of me, man. I mean, the stroke was really, in that year, because it's really definitely messed with my memory and stuff like that. And there for a while, my speech too.
Yeah.
And a year later, or maybe it wasn't even quite a year, but I started reading on all this stuff that that was taking, and which, I mean, you can Google, man, you can get all positives, all negatives. So, I mean, you definitely gotta, read through and see where you're getting your information. And the first one that I started reading on and kind of studying, or we did, was Metformin. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you
that it's bad,
good or bad, or nothing on Metformin. As far as
your doctor tells you to take it.
As far as I'm concerned, that first year, man, they put me on Metformin and Jardians, and then the cholesterol and the blood pressure and all that. And I've been taking them all,
and insulin.
Yeah, and insulin. And I've been taking them all for almost 2 years. Well, we're reading on it, so we're studying. You gotta, man, concentrate on one. Don't go after them all at the same time, man. And as far as I could tell from what I was reading, Metformin was the worst one that I was taking at the time.
For you.
For me. That was my thoughts and beliefs. Do not, like I said, don't take any medical advice from me, man. You consult your physician. So anyway, I was reading on all that, and me and Miss Kitty came up with berberine, which is a root, berberine and cinnamon. We kept on reading this, man. There was a lot of it on it. So about, and my doctor, my doctor I'd had for over a year, she moved away. And, man, I really liked her, everything like that, younger gal and stuff. And, I thought, oh, no, you kind of get attached or whatever. Well, one time, when my doctor was gone, this other doctor had filled in. And she actually prescribed me, and I'm not going to say what she prescribed me, but I was still having problems with my blood sugars and everything. It was still staying high, and I was on Metformin and stuff. And she's all, we're going to try this. And I went home, took that, and I'm not kidding you. The next day, my numbers went, whoop. Yeah. And I was like, man, this doctor's pretty good. I like her. So, you know, I'd only seen her the one time. But anyway, so once my doctor left, we said, man, I said, I want, you know, I'm not going to say her name or anything, but I want her. And so then I started seeing her. She is, man, amazing. I absolutely love her. Man, I didn't even tell her. You know, I went and done my deal and stuff. She's all, you can come back and, you know, this is because I've had everything under control for a year and a half or whatever. And she's all, you can come back in a year. And I'm like, what? All right. I only have to go once a year.
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. So then here, a couple weeks ago, about 6 months in, I get a call from the nurse, Ivan, your doctor wants to see you. And I'm like, oh, man. She was just messing with me. So anyway, and she'd wanted me to give blood and have my eyes checked and all this, which I've done all that. So anyway, so we go back to see her. Well, in the process, what, about 2 months ago now is when I started taking the
Burbabine?
Burbabine?
No, about 6 months ago, you decided that you didn't want to take the Metformin anymore and that you were going to cut it in half.
Cut it in half. And I wasn't taking nothing but cinnamon.
Right.
I was taking, because we didn't have any Burbabine.
I did have the Burbabine, but when you started taking it, I think that you had a stomach flu. And you contributed the stomach flu to the Burbabine, so you stopped taking it. So you stopped taking half of your Metformin and just cinnamon.
Okay. And it was all right. I mean, it wasn't...
It was riding on the high side, but it wasn't too bad. And a couple months in, he said, what was that other one that I was going to try? And I said, it's Burbabine. It's right here. Here. Right. So he went ahead and started taking that, and instantly it kind of leveled out his blood sugars.
Yep. And it's, man, and it's working good. Well, in the process, you know, of all this, because, you know, being prepared like we like to be, we started looking, you know, Miss Kitty's thing was all, well, wonder if something happens in this crazy world.
How am I going to get the Burbabine?
How are we going to get the Burbabine or whatever, you know, because we try to figure that out on all our medications. And she looked it up, and Oregon grape is what we're using now, and it's Burbabine. Yeah,
Burbabine is found in several different plants, but Oregon grape grows, it's native.
Is it turmeric is the other?
Turmeric.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, so I went to my doctor. That was one of the things I was getting at. Went to my doctor, and I hadn't told her that I'd cut it in half. That I stopped taking half. And went in, you know, man, the numbers, man, my, what do you call it, your ACU or...
A1C.
My A1C was good, you know, there was a couple points higher than it was or whatever.
Yeah, but nothing that was dangerous.
Yeah, no, she was totally happy with it. So then I'm all, okay, well, I got a confession to make that I told her, man, I stopped taking this Burbabine, or stopped taking the Metformin, and now that we have this and A1C is good, I want to stop taking it completely. And she's all right.
You have my permission.
You have my permission to do that. And I told her about the Oregon grape, told her about the cinnamon and all that. And she's all, that's great. If you can get that worked out, then maybe we can start trying to cut you down on the insulin too. So, main reason I'm doing this video is, you know, I always want to say her name, but my doctor, she's never, ever, ever once told me it, but all the other doctors and stuff told me, not this one, told me that I would never, ever be able to get off all the medications. Where my doctor now, I might not be able to get off all of them, but my doctor now is totally helping me and for me getting away from, you know,
some of the prescribed medications. Yeah.
You know, now if you're going to do something like this, like I said, man, definitely talk to your doctor
under
or whatever.
The supervision of your doctor.
Yeah. And you know, like I said, that arm thing, you know, that monitor meter.
Glucose monitor.
Yeah, glucose monitor. Well, whatever. That's why that's why Miss Kitty's in here.
Yeah.
But that, you know, if you don't have one of those, man, because they're expensive.
Well, they're over the counter now.
Yeah. Oh, they are?
So, yeah, and I haven't priced them, but I'm pretty sure that they're nowhere near the $300 bucks a month that you were paying.
Might have to check back in them. Because, man, it was handy and all that.
They
I
are
didn't
handy.
like wearing it all the time. It got itchy sometimes.
Right.
But anyway, what I was going to say is you need to, man, I mean, you're going to stick your finger a lot, man. If you're trying to do this, man, you're trying to get off medications.
You have to be dedicated to it. You have to commit and follow through.
Especially at first, you know, and that's the last, I guess it's been 2 weeks now since I've seen her, and I'm just now starting to, you know, and being in tune with your body, man, you know, feeling it, because I know, you know, but like the other day we had pizza. You know, we'd order a pizza on Valentine's Day or whatever. Yeah, and it, you know, definitely. I don't eat you know, I used to sit down, I'd eat 4 or 6 pieces of pizza.
The entire pizza.
Yeah, now, you know, if they're small, man, it's 2 or 3.
With no crust. He'll
I eat it all. Yeah, she usually eats the crust. It's like breadsticks.
Sometimes it depends on if it still has cheese. If you wipe it out, then
she wants to eat my crust if I leave half my pizza on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we're not talking about pizza. I know you always want to talk about pizza.
I like pizza.
But like I said, man, more than anything, I don't care if they're telling you you're never going to get off of it, man. Try things, read things, study things. Now my next one, like I said, is the insulin. I was going to go after like the Jardians. It was the one that, but man, I'm doing, you know, my doctor said, man, maybe we can get that insulin down by George. She's, well, you know, going in with what we always talk about, man, she's all, yeah, insulin's one. If something does happen in this crazy world, how the heck you gonna get insulin?
Yeah.
You know, and that's, I mean, it's got to be.
And if you do have it, it's got to be stored
it's
properly.
got to be refrigerated and all that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, save that insulin for the type 1 diabetics that really need it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's hope, man. There's hope at the end of the tunnel. That's all I got for you, man. I thought I'd just share that a little bit. I'm pretty excited and happy to, you know, especially be off that Metformin, man. I read into it, and there's some. You know, I didn't like what I was reading of what it can do to you. Not that it will, but it can. So, you got anything else? All right. So, good Lord willing, and them creeks don't rise.
We'll be back again tomorrow.
See ya.
See ya.